So here's an outline for today's session. So we'll be starting off looking at what the Twinkl Phonics app is. We'll then be looking at how to access it, what the learner and adult journeys will look like, and then offer you some suggestions on how you can utilise the app for your learners. We'll then finish the session by going back to the Q&A to answer any questions that have been asked, and we'll be stopping the recording at that point, like I've already said. We're going to get started. So what is the Twinkl Phonics app? So some of you in the room will be familiar, some may not. So just a bit of context of what it is. You may have noticed, those of you who are familiar, that there has been a slight name change from the Twinkl Phonics for Web to the Twinkl Phonics app. The key message here is that Twinkl Phonics for Web hasn't gone anywhere. We've just simply renamed it, our existing app, to coincide with the expanding accessibility of our digital phonics offering. You are now also able to download the app onto iOS devices and access all those phonics games and activities on the go. So what is the Twinkl Phonics app? So it has complete fidelity to the Twinkl Phonics SSP program. The Twinkl Phonics app is full of enjoyable and engaging phonics activities to help guide children towards reading fluency. So with an ultimate subscription, you can create learner login accounts for your learners. So for more information on this, we will be sharing some important documents and sharing some videos in a moment to support you. You can update the settings for your learners. You can do this individually or on bulk so that they can only access the levels that you choose. And Beth will be showing you how to do this later on. So how can your learners access the Twinkl Phonics app? So there are two routes here. So as I already mentioned, new to the app is accessing on iOS. Here, levels 1 and 2 are currently available and other levels coming very soon. You can simply download the app onto a device and then the learners can use their learner login credentials to log in and access it. Alternatively, you can access via a web app. This has all levels, so levels 1 to 6 available. This time you'll need to use the URL on the screen, so that's www.twinkl.co.uk/learn. And again, use the learner login credentials to log in. We've got a top tip here to make it easier for your learners. So to access the web app independently, we would suggest creating a shortcut to the web app on your devices on the home screen and the desktop, so they can just click on it and it'll take them straight there. And this little message down here, can learners use both the Phonics app for iOS and web? Absolutely. All that progress and rewards will sync between both. So whether you're accessing online or via the iOS app, once the children have entered their details and logged in, they'll be able to see all the apps on their dashboard that have been enabled for them. If the app you are looking for isn't there, you just need to go into the learner permissions and enable it there.
The Twinkl Phonics app logo is one that you and your learners will hopefully become familiar with. You simply need to look out for our twins, Kit and Sam. And once selected and the app has loaded, they'll find themselves in Kit and Sam's treehouse, where they can create their own avatar and track their achievements. So we'll take a little look at that in a bit more detail now.
Let's take a look at the Twinkl Phonics app in action. With complete fidelity to the Twinkl Phonics SSP program, the Twinkl Phonics app is designed to help children to develop skills, increase confidence, and expand their phonics knowledge. Covering all the essential phonics skills, the games are cleverly structured to support and consolidate learning from levels 1 to 6. Learners can use their login details at www.twinkl.co.uk/learn to access the app on a web browser or download the iOS app. Once logged in, they find themselves in Kit and Sam's treehouse. From here, users can access any level that has been unlocked, navigate to their rewards and badges, or edit their Robot Rick avatar. The top of the menus show their star total as well as the icons for additional settings. Level 1 games are linked to the 7 aspects, aiming to develop skills such as listening skills and awareness of sounds in the environment, as well as oral blending and segmenting in aspect 7. Let's take a look at some of these level 1 games.
What is hiding in the magic box? Well done! You heard? A seagull. Let's make a potion together.
Levels 2 to 6 each have their own unique combination of games focused on the different skills, GPCs, and tricky common exception words taught. Learners earn stars for completing games. These stars add up to earn badges and can be spent on accessories for Robot Rick. Games include opportunities to practice and apply grapheme recognition, letter formation, spelling of tricky and common exception words, reading decodable texts, and segmenting to spell. They can even access the songs within the app. Let's take a look.
Here are the words to read today. Look at the sounds and now you say
O, U, do, E, U, bell.
Okay, so a real insight there into what the learner journey is when using the Twinkl Phonics app. So with your Ultimate membership, you have access to explore the app, but you can also lock and unlock levels and letter sets for your learners and even track their progress too. So we recommend that you add the Twinkl Phonics app as a bookmark or a favorite so that it can be easily accessed. When you go to the Twinkl Phonics app landing page at the URL shown on the screen, so www.twinkl.co.uk/phonics app, you will see this image and you will know that you are in the right place. And when you are on that landing page, you can use either the black or the blue buttons to navigate to either the iOS download or to the web app using the Twinkl Phonics via the web there. Once you've pressed launch, when you're entering that Twinkl Phonics app as an adult, you can select to enter it as explore mode, where you'll be able to then navigate to managing learner logins to either add or delete users, customize their learner settings, and track progress as well. So we're going to have a little look now at how we can customize those learner settings. To manage learner access within the Twinkl Phonics app, select Customize Learners Settings, and on the left-hand side, Manage Settings. Here you can grant access to the whole app, or you can specify which levels you would like them to access. You can also select or deselect whether or not learners will be able to access all of the content within the levels, or whether they will need to work their way through it. The default setting is for learners to work their way progressively through a level. Remember to save your chosen settings for your learners. So using a progressive and game-based structure, the app provides children with opportunities to practice their new phonics skills in a way that is enjoyable and engaging. The Twinkl Phonics app aims to help children to absorb skills, increase confidence, and also expand their phonics knowledge in order to meet their maximum potential and individual phonics goals. So there are multiple ways that you could utilize the use of the Twinkl Phonics app within your settings. So for example, you may wish for learners to access games and activities that align directly with the Twinkl Phonics program and its leveled progression. Perhaps you would like the learners to access the reading mini books with interactive sound buttons, but please note that they have to work through each game in order to access that mini book at the end. Alternatively, if you decide to unlock all of those letter sets within a level, they will have access to every game and the mini books without having to work through those. Due to the flexibility of how learners can access the app, it could be used within the classroom or also at home as well using their learner logins. The use of the app may be implemented within continuous provision to practice and consolidate that taught learning. When completing group activities, such as guided reading, you could use the app as one of your carousel activities, or reading those mini books, as we had a little look at just then, with a group. And the app could also be a great tool to use within or to supplement a phonics intervention as well. So we have lots of useful resources which will really support you on your journey to using the Twinkl Phonics app. In order to set up learner logins for your individual learners or group of learners, follow the steps in this visual instruction guide to get those set up for your learners. For more information about the Twinkl Phonics app in general, our comprehensive user guide explains the amazing features available and supports you in order to get the most out of its games and activities. And finally, you can head to the Twinkl Phonics app landing page for frequently asked questions and to navigate to the Twinkl Phonics for web as well. Okay, so just before we round off our CPD this afternoon, I will just show you what that Twinkl Phonics for web landing page looks like. Okay, so I have just come to that URL that we explored earlier, so www.twinkl.co.uk/phonics app, and this is what that page looks like. So you know that you're in the right place because you can see that banner across the top there, and also here are those buttons that we had a chat about earlier, thinking that you can actually be directed to the App Store on iOS devices to download the app, or you can access it via the web app button, just clicking this blue button here. So that's a really useful tip. I would definitely recommend bookmarking this page so that you can navigate straight to that, either to explore for yourself or to access for learners. And if we keep scrolling down this page as well, you will come to lots of information all about the app. So definitely worth having a little look. But right at the bottom, we've got some frequently asked questions as well. So if you do have any questions about the app, this can be a really good place to start and see if it comes up within those frequently asked questions. Okay, so now that you've started your Twinkl Phonics journey, it is always really helpful to connect with other people that are using the programme. Our Twinkl Phonics School Support Group is an exclusive Facebook group just for our UK schools using Twinkl Phonics as their school SSP, and is a real growing community of schools. Great for connecting with other schools, but also a way of directly contacting the Twinkl Phonics trainers who are on hand to answer your questions, share any new resources and upcoming events, but also provide ongoing support for you as you teach children to read and write using Twinkl Phonics. Just as with this evening, we have a range of free live CPD events. Our TeachMeets, 30-minute CPD sessions and network meetings do cover a range of subjects, including SEND, leading phonics, interventions, phonics in Key Stage 2 as well. So you are encouraged to download our CPD calendar to see when our next event is and get your free place booked via Eventbrite. Just a couple to note, on September 24th, we have a session specifically for parents and carers to gain an insight into the Twinkl Phonics programme. And coming up in October, we have Key Stage 2 networking events and 2 CPD events around mini books and blending as well. Our Twinkl Phonics trainers are passionate about guiding you and your staff on your Twinkl Phonics journey, and we do offer bespoke training options designed to meet the unique needs of your setting. Whether you're looking for really in-depth training on the fundamentals of phonics, the Twinkl Phonics programme, or applying that phonics into Key Stage 2, we've got lots of modules to get you covered. If you're ready to get started, do feel free to drop us an email at phonics.training@twinkl.co.uk simply to inquire, and our team are on hand to help you find the perfect training package for your needs.